Okay, so for today's classes, we will use the Vuforia engine in Unity to detect R markers, uh, to to make some simple R-based application. Uh, First of all, I added the base project at the course page. The project is already configured to use Vuforia. It has already the Vuforia key added, increased the number of bracket targets, and so on. And if you will follow this after classes, you need to have in mind that, well, you will need your own key to use Vuforia. Yeah, so this key is only for our classes. Okay, what does Vuforia do? Let's say that we have a simple scene such as this. Basically, right now there is nothing. We've got just an R camera that can be created really easy because you just right click, choose Vuforia engine and R camera, and it's already configured properly. Uh, when we have this R camera, hello, when we have this R camera in our scene, when we press play button, you can see that I've got access to I've got access to image from my camera to the camera that I attached to my computer. If I don't have outside camera, such as this, in case of laptops, it will just use the camera of the laptop. Uh, or I will have, oh, in case it doesn't open right like here, you need to change the camera to the integrated camera, and it should work or won't work if something is blocking. I think that it's blocked by the OBS right now because the device is already used. So in your case, the integrated camera will be enough. Okay, so uh, in cars, I give you also the basic markers for the course, the packet that we can use that can be imported into Unity with some pre-configured uh, markers. So I will just drag it into Unity. As you can see, I've got 5 images and files about this database. After clicking import, the resources are imported. And now I right click here, choose Vuforia engine and image target. I can either choose some texture, for example, photo of an object, or I can choose here from database, choose the database that I want to use, and choose marker. Yeah, to make it, and right now at the image target, uh, I've got uh, I've got this target. Uh, if I uh, if I add the object to it, such as let's start with a cube, with an cube, adjust the size a bit, and point my camera at the proper target. So I that one, yeah. So as you can see, the target is recognized and the 3D model associated with the target state and track. Okay, I'm recording and just okay. So right now I show you how to use the database and predefined predefined image to track objects. Uh, Now I will try a different approach. You can also take picture of something. For example, I've got these headphones. I will just take this image, crop it out like that, save it as image in my project. So here assets and let's name it headphones. Okay, so you can see I've got this image Unity. Now I will add another image target. So once again, Vuforia Unity target. And this time I won't choose the database. I will just use from image and choose this image. And after that, I will add as a child another object. For example, in this case, it will be here. I just have to scale it a bit so that's over the image target. And once I press play again, as you can see, the picture was not too good. I didn't also cut the backgrounds properly, but can detect it, but it's a bit unstable, yeah, because it's not sure if that's really my target. But if you do a more professional photo of that object, cut off the unwanted parts, it can work much better. Uh, we can also use those. So uh, right now I was just visualizing the simple 3D object like this cube. But we can also use it to do something more. Uh, we've got some events here that will be called when the image is found and when the image when the image is lost. So let's make some simple UI that will be played once we mark it. So not only we will display this cube, but also some on-screen UI. So I will just choose the UI and, for example, just a simple text because we use it previously on the classes about endless runner. I will text message Pro Essentials. Okay, and let's change this text to, for example, targets. Okay, as you can see right now, it's, I don't know why, in the left corner and partially invisible. So I will just move it here and make sure that at the start it's not visible. So back to the image targets, we can choose here on target found. We will activate the object by setting game object set active to true. True, the tick here means that the target is found. And when the target is lost, I want this UI to be hidden again. And let's check does work. Well, I don't remember which marker it was, but I think that I chose this one. Yeah, so I've got UI, and when the target is lost, okay. So any questions up now? Okay, during creation of your project or working with Unity in general, you might need some humanoid characters. The best place to get those for your application is the Mixamo page. So the page is mixamo.com. Uh, Here you can sign in for free, or if you have already an account, you can just log in. Going back to this Mixamo that I mentioned, here you can sign in, create an account, and after that, you've got access to some free mod characters and animations. For example, let's get to the characters section because this one you probably won't use it unless you are planning to make some fantasy game. But let's say that we want to use this guy. We've got this character. We can download. Here we have to choose in which format. FBX for you can choose general FBX or FBX for Unity. That's one that is optimized for Unity. And I will download it directly to this project. That's a new folder for character. And we've got our guy here. before proceeding with this character, maybe we will go to the also to the animation stuff uh, and choose the animation for this guy. Let's say that he will be doing. We want him to do the hip hop dance animation. So I will choose this. We can preview how he would look doing this animation. As we already download him in the download section, I will choose that I don't need skin, so I don't need his model. I just need the animation. And once again, in the character, I can create new folder for character animation. And here I will save this one. Okay, and now back to Unity. First of all, if you look at his preview, you can see that he's grayed out. We can fix it easily by checking standard legacy and also extract textures. Here in this, we will add his texture folder. We will fix the fix error here. Yeah, and you can see in the preview that he already has some colors. Also, let's be sure that we choose humanoid animation here in the animation tab. We were doing it last week uh, for the runner also, but the runner had some pre-baked animations in him. And today I want to show you something different. Okay, so here is our cube. Here is Remy. Remy is a bit too big, to be honest. So I will just uncheck the apply root motion like last time and set his scale to, I don't know, 0.4, something like that. And maybe make him stand on that on top of this. So once again, we will just check if the Remy is here. And here we've got Remy on the cube. He is not yet dancing because we didn't create the animation controller for him. So let's pick it, please. Let's make him an animation controller. And 1 second, I did download, oh, in animation. And here also manual. Okay, so just like last week, can right click here and choose an animator controller. Let's call it Remy controller because that's our character right now. And as I mentioned last week, the animation controller is basically state-based. So we've got some states. We have to define the transition between those states. And first, let's create the empty state in which I will refer to my hip hop dancing animation. So right now, from the start, Remy should dance. I will just save it in case something goes wrong. Oh, and once again, I created the animation, but created the animation controller, but didn't assign it. So I will just fix it. Yeah, and we've got our character dancing. And once, oh, and if you want him to keep on dancing, of course, I will have to make in animation uh, mark the loop. So yeah, save. And the Remy is dancing right now in general. As you can see, because uh, we've got light in our scene, he casts some shadows, but those are not the shadows that would be in real environment. We can try to adjust it so that they are more natural. But for now, let's make it a bit more complicated. So let's say that we want Remy to have two different animations, and we will switch between them basing on the UI press. Let's say for now that it will be basing on UI press. So let's choose another animation, zombie walk. I will also download it without skin. Okay, we've got this animation. Let's start with make the loop and make sure that the animation type is humanoid. Okay, the animation controller, I will create another empty state. And let's say that I want this empty state, so no animation at all, will be the starting state. So here we've got the empty. I will even call it that. Here we've got hip hop. And let's add another one, zombie walk. Okay, and now we will add some parameters to control our animation controller a bit better. So let's add an trigger that will be called, let's make the name simple. So for example, hip hop one or hip hop just, and another parameter type trigger zombie. And from this empty state, we will make transition here. Uh, Now, if I press the transition, you can see that there are currently no conditions. So this transition will be ignored unless we add this condition that's hip hop. So if the trigger hip hop holds, then from this empty state we will go to the hip hop. Let's make similar one for the zombie. So once again, unmark the has exit time, and in the condition, let's check choose zombie. Okay, and to make it better, let's add exit state. So after each of those animations are played once, our character will go to the exit state, and after exit state, he will go back to the entry, from entry to empty, and if any of those trigger is on, then he will play one of those animations. Okay? So now, let's go back to our canvas. I will show it back once again. Okay, let's add some simple buttons that will trigger those uh, trigger states. So the canvas, UI, button text mesh pro. And for now, I will position this one here in the middle of the screen. You can see how it will look in the game. And let's call it hip hop button. And then here, let's also change the text so that the button will display it. Hip hop. And another button. And let's go zombie. And also here. Okay, so we've got that. And right now we only created the buttons. Let's reference our character. So let's reference Remy here in on-click button. Let's choose the animator. Let's trigger string. And what were the strings? The strings were hip hop. So in case of that, hip hop. And in zombie, we'll do something similar. So reference Remy, reference his, choose his animator, and choose the function set trigger. Set trigger, and this time it will be zombie. Okay, once again. So yeah, right now, uh, oh, I should choose as an basic state I should choose as a basic state the idle animation. So we'll fix it in a moment. But after I press stop, yeah, he's dancing. If we look at the animator controller right now, so he right now this is state empty, yeah, and it's playing. If I press hip hop, the trigger is set, so the transition is possible, and we are transitioning here. And after the animation is finished, it goes back here. And just to be sure, yeah, now we've got the zombie animation. Okay, that empty pose didn't work well, so let's search on the Mixamo page some idle one. you do. Maybe the base. Yeah. So, for example, this one, he's making some small movements, and also, once again, we'll download it into our folder. Make sure that the animation is humanoid. Apply. This is really important to make the apply. Okay, and here we just find. So now he's standing there idly, and if we press those buttons, go. Okay. Or any AI engine, most of them can work with you quite well. So basically, if you will be developing a bit different paths, or to can save you a lot of time, yeah, because it's really faster than searching for it in Google. So uh, as an engineer, or you will need to use all the tools that you have at your disposal, and both ChatGPT, Perplexity, and even Google Gemini are quite good for that. Okay. Uh, oh, now let me just adjust the version. Okay. So, let's get back to it. I will now create a simple script that will rotate our cube when we click it or touch it on the touch screen, yeah, with our finger. Uh, but we won't use the method that the chat described. We can also use some built-in functionality. So let's start creating, with creating folder for our scripts, and let's call it scripts. And it will be quite similar to the one that we were doing last time. So, but maybe this time we will do it something differently. Maybe we will change the color of our cube each time we press it. So let's make it a color changer because we haven't done it yet. Yeah. For now, okay. Mm, so regarding this script, for the ones of you who uh, didn't attend the previous classes, uh, Unity can program in C Sharp, very specific implementation of C Sharp, but quite easy to be honest. So after creating the script file, we just double click it. Wait for the project to load. Open. If for some reason it doesn't open automatically, you can once again double click it and yeah. And so here's let's start with uh, let's start with defining a list of colors that we will use. And as shown in the previous video, we will use serialized fields to display it in the inspector. List of colors. Now we will also need an int to define which color is currently chosen. So current color, start with 0. And basically, we don't need those start and update methods. So we will create new public void to set, yeah, so one to set color and take as an argument int number. Uh, so, oh, and we will need also one more thing that is reference to the material color that we want to change. And if we need to check if material is not null, or if maybe let's do it differently. If material is null, we won't do anything, so we will just return. Uh, if current color is equal to number to, oh, sorry, a typo, number, we will also return. And if not, we will we need to check also if the number is smaller than the number of colors in the list, so colors count. If that is the case, then material color is equal to colors number. And we also want to set that the current color will be that number, so that in next functions we can reference it. So public next color, a public void next color, and it will be just the uh, the current color 1. If current color is greater than color count, then we will reset it back to 0. Previous color will be analogous, but in this, if no that but is smaller than 0, in this case, calling previous will set current color to colors count -1. Okay, uh, let's create some material for our cube. So, because we don't want to modify the default material, so we will create folder for materials. And here we'll create simple material. It can be, let's make it white at the moment. We will assign it to our cube, and we will also assign the script that we created, so drag it here. Here we will have to define the list of colors. So for example, black is good for 1, other can be red, orange, lighter orange, yellow, that one, and this one, for example. And here we will reference the material that we want to use. So we will choose this material, and if we want to detect if we are touching the cube has to have the collider, and we can do it by script as I showed you in ChatGPT. Yeah, so this can be our base, or we can use the built-in function in Unity that's called the trigger event trigger, sorry. Here we can add new event type, for example, pointer click. Add what should be called when the pointer is clicking this object, and we will reference our script and call next color. Let's check if with the lights out I can still detect the cube for Jeremy. Yeah, here it is. And what have I forgotten? Yeah, and one more thing that we need to have in mind is the raycaster. So physics raycaster, we need to add it to our AR camera. And now as we check, sorry, error in my code. Uh, so how it will work right now, and just remember to call this function after previous or next. Okay, right now we added one image target that when we detect it, we can show our Jeremy or Remy or whatever he is called. Uh, so now let's add another target. It will be another image target. This one will be also from our database. Oh, sorry, I need to magnify for you. And this time it will be, in my case, target number 5. Let's add just another simple 3D object such as sphere to it and adjust the scale. Let's check if it works. And wrong marker. Will be probably for, oh, good marker. So yeah, uh, it's getting pretty. Yeah, as you can see, the marker is detected, but right now it has some problems with telling where it is. We can see that the marker is detected because of the text, but it doesn't seem to display model. Okay, so this is our sphere, this is Jeremy. And we can, for example, measure the distance between them, between those two markers, and check how accurate is our system. So let's make another simple script that will measure the distance between markers. So let's call it distance will create reference to two transforms. So first one will be the Remy. The author will be ball, for example. We will also display as float in the inspector the distance in. And let's say that the update, we shouldn't do it, but let's do it anyway. We'll measure the distance. So the distance between will be vector 3 point distance between Remy position and val position. In a moment, we will also display it on the UI, but for now, Okay. Uh, and of course add it to object because and set the references because in other way it won't work. Uh, let's check where Remy. Oh, Remy has it here. So maybe not to Remy, but to this image target and this image target. And let's rename it to image target ball and this one to image target. Okay, as you can see, the distance calculated is changing because, well, maybe because my hand is shaking, or maybe because the tracking system has its glitches, and even though those two objects aren't moving right now, it can't compute the distance properly because right now it's about 1.3 uh, and uh, it's not what we want. Okay, I will just for another thing. Okay, as you can see, the selection of marker depends strongly on the amount of light that we have and the quality of camera. And sometimes when the tracking is off, as you can see, ball is even the marker was lost. We can also use this to the distance that we measure to, for example, display line between them. But maybe we will do it in another classes. We can do it using, for example, a line renderer.